I love to make videos where I'm able to bring you guys hidden gems. Today we're taking a look at a micro independent brand that has a pretty weird name. It's called St. Bones. However, the watch that we're looking at today is really well made. Grade 5 titanium, a high grade movement, and you're getting lots of details. Interesting dials, and it's really well made for a very good price. I say this is a micro independent brand because everything about this watch is a step above the typical micro brand. So let's flip the camera and take a look at two watches from the brand St. Bones. It's not often a brand takes a completely different direction from what they are currently making and make something that is very, very different. This is a new watch from a brand that currently makes a number of watches. They are a jewelry company and they make some pretty high-end watches. They make expensive watches. They are very intricate designs. And I'll throw up a picture of what I'm talking about. A lot of their watches are either carved, there's some molded elements of their cases, really interesting designs. Some of it really not my style. However, they've decided to come out with something more moderately designed, I would call it. And this, although I say moderately designed, I think it's really well designed in my opinion. This is something that's a little bit more crowd pleasing. This is in full titanium. It's called the Element 22X, and it's from a brand called St. Bones. Again, they are a jewelry company. They also make watches, and their jewelry has a lot in common with their previous watches. This looks like it's something that is taking them in a completely different direction. I have two watches to show you guys. This is the meteorite dial with a polished case. So a grade 5 titanium case, titanium bezel, everything is titanium, the crown, the case back. You get a sapphire crystal flat on the front and a sapphire crystal on the back. You can see the AR coating is very good on here. You don't really get much glare and it's extremely legible. You have these rounded off stick indices and hands. They match really well, and then you have the St. Bones logo. That's at the 12 o'clock position. You get 150 meters of water resistance with this watch, and you're getting an automatic movement. It says automatic on the dial. When you flip over the watch, you're going to see why this watch is pretty special. This is getting a Sellita SW300. So that makes it thin. You're getting a sapphire crystal on the back, and you can see that movement, and the movement is really nicely finished. They put a custom rotor on here. They wanted to go for something slightly higher end. They wanted to make this watch slightly higher end, so they used a slightly higher end movement. The SW300 is a great movement, and it looks really good on this watch. Both of these watches are in grade 5 titanium. One is a little bit lighter and polished. One is a little bit darker and media blasted. This is the media blasted version. On this one, instead of a meteorite dial, you're getting a meteorite dial on the other one, which is a bright white meteorite. This one gets a forged carbon fiber dial. And it says basically all of the same information that you get on the other watch, so it just gives you the name of the brand, St. Bones, Vienna. And then at the bottom of the dial, it says made in Vienna, and above the 6 o'clock position, it just says automatic. That automatic referring to the SW300. You get the same bezel on here. The only thing that is polished on this watch are the screws. Those screws are real. They actually go through the entire case and hold the case together. The only thing I would say is that this has a pretty small crown. If the crown was a little bit bigger, I think it would look a little bit better. It gets a 4.8 millimeter crown. Although that could be because this is an extremely thin watch for a 150 meter water resistant sapphire crystal on front and back watch. This is 8.8 millimeters thick. You have a 40.6 millimeter case and then a lug to lug of 46 millimeters. I have a 7.5 inch wrist, and this watch looks really good on my wrist. You have a media blasted buckle as well, a flat rubber strap on here that I think looks good as well. I think they were going for a very clean look with these watches. I like what they did with the bezels. The bezels on both of these watches are evacuated, as you can see, and these are grade 5 titanium, so that is pretty hard to do. It's a very tough material, and I would imagine it takes a little time to do that. And here is the polished meteorite dial on my 7.5 inch wrist. This one gets a white strap, which I think looks pretty good. Usually I wouldn't wear a white strap, but with this being rubber, probably will keep clean and last a long time. The buckle on here is very bespoke, really nice. It's polished. You have media blasting on here. You have brushing. It's signed with the brand name. You have drilled lugs, so quick release. You really get everything on this watch. They did a great job. This is sort of like a micro independent design, and I like what they have done. I really like the dial on this version as well. The meteorite dial looks fantastic. Well, there you go. Lume, pretty good on here. It's pretty liberally applied to the hands and indices. The second hand is not lumed. I would like to see a little bit of lume on the second hand, so obviously I could see that my watch is working in the dark. Other than that, I think they did a really good job with the overall design of this watch. They've been making watches for a while, so obviously they do know what they're doing. They've made some high quality watches in the past. This is also a very high quality watch. They've used very high quality components because, grade 5 titanium, the Sellita SW200, 150 meters of water resistance, double sapphire crystal, meteorite, and forged carbon fiber. It just looks cool. I think they did a great job. The size is great. It's very thin, and the price is really good for what you're getting. This is $1,078, something like that, with the exchange rate on Kickstarter right now. So it's going to be on Kickstarter in just a few days. That is an excellent price for what is a very, very well-spec'd watch, especially considering the movement. The movement is actually pretty expensive. That movement alone cost a few $100. Just to put that movement in here and pair it with a grade 5 titanium case is pretty good. I believe you're getting everything in grade 5 titanium as well. So that means the entire case, the crown, the case back, they went all the way with the grade 5 titanium. And they are pretty light, but they do feel substantial and very well made. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I will put a link to this watch down in the description. Definitely check it out if you are interested. I'll put a link to their Kickstarter. This is a very limited run of watches. I believe this is only going to be 22 watches each. So if you are interested in this, you gotta jump on that Kickstarter early. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.